Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Attorney Trials and Tribulations. For anybody watching this in stream, sorry we didn't stream on Friday. Big old thunderstorm. Bang boomies. Didn't want to risk it. Didn't want to risk losing the recording or anything like that. Blah 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 technical stuff. But because it's the weekend before Memorial Day, we can go a little bit longer today.
Yes.
So, we'll make up for lost time. But we're going to court. Let's do it. Let's go. No crying for Katie today. You have a gene-free day.
I get a reprieve.
Yeah. You have a gene-free day.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Oh God, who is that?
I think that's...
Is that Gummy?
Your sweet... Yeah, I think that's the sweetheart detective.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Gummy?
I think so.
Maggie! Yep.
Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you needed to ask either question, sir.
Oh. Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Oh, Roger!
They're feeding you alright in the detention center, right?
I mean, yeah, the best that they can. I've dropped quite a bit of food.
Oh, I'll make sure you get your proper portions, okay? I'll talk with the guards.
You don't need to do that, Detective Gumshoe.
No, it's fine, pal. Everyone should get fair treatment, really.
Are they flirting, Maya?
I think he's trying really hard, and then I think he's kinda dropping the ball. He shouldn't have said it was for everybody.
Yeah, probably not.
Swing and a miss. Oh, you know how to flirt?
Anyway.
Wow, I never would have guessed.
Maya, I had a girlfriend, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and things are working so well with Mr. Edgeworth, aren't they?
Anyway, we have to get ready for the trial.
Oh, he responded to my text, by the way, and asked me what the fuck, well, not what the fuck, but what on earth kind of nonsense is Wright putting you up to? See? Right there.
Uh-huh.
I'm showing you my phone!
Case files.
My phone.
Case files.
My phone, Nick. Look at my phone.
Anyway, let's see how Maggie's doing.
Uh-huh, yep. Nick cries eternally. Nick's like, Edgeworth, you didn't know. You haven't called! And you!
Yes?
You'd better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious.
Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right? Yep. I was on your side for Mr. Edgeworth's case, too. Oh, yeah.
And for the on guard case?
Well, yeah, I was kind of, not there.
And, well, oh, you weren't there for that case either. Never mind.
Oh, thanks.
You had literally just left.
I feel so included, Nick. Oh, when you were moping your life away because I wasn't there. Because you get so bored.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. You still need to introduce me to that Emma girl when she's back in the country.
Well, I don't know when she's going to be back in the country.
I said when she's back in the country, Nick.
I will let you know when she's back.
Thank you, because she seems super cool. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right?
Really? You can't, sir?
Of course. I've got the situation under control. I don't think he has the situation under control.
Maya, why did you say that?
I thought he might be able to help. He helped Mr. Edgeworth. He was the defendant.
Maya, here's the difference. She's already been convicted. We're trying to overturn this.
Edgeworth confessed. You overturned a confession.
not-
You know how hard that is?
A lot easier than a conviction, Maya.
I thought I could help. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, you make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you.
Looks like it should go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish.
So, who's gonna break it to her that you said he had a picture of her in his locker?
Maya, we're not talking about that right now.
Oh, okay.
He had what?
Don't worry, Maggie.
We gotta go in, Maggie. Let Gumshoe be happy. Let Gumshoe be happy with this disaster of a human being who is the sweetest girl alive. Please. Oh my, it's been a while. It's been nearly a month. Oh my goodness. It's weird that this is now my default voice, when at first I couldn't get it under fucking control. And it still might go a little crazy during the 5th game. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh god, my Godot. Okay. It was kind of weak last time. Bitter. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ah! I literally just made my whole desk and monitor shake with how I jumped back to do that.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whatever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was a phony phoenix.
I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trustee?
Yes, I mean, I mentioned the Badger last time and he wasn't even phased. I thought things were wearing off.
Is that why there's a pink one now?
Look, Mr. Wright, drastic measures had to be taken.
Oh god.
This stupid running gag. I never thought it would last this long. Sorry, it's just little moments where it hits me. That we've been talking about the Badger as a Faustian bargain for like 5 months.
Almost 6 months.
Almost 6 months. I'm gone. This is my favorite fucking running gag. What about Deja Vu? You like that one too?
Oh, I love that one. That's my personal favorite.
Yeah. Oh my god. Look, I have a lot of favorite gags, okay? So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Wright, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today.
But I already told you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright.
I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out.
There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given the verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything the phony me said. Trust me.
And now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. He doesn't look so good.
Oh no.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. Oh, no.
Excuse me, detective. Do you mean that your name is Dick Gumshoe and you are a detective at the police department?
Where's Missile?
In the homicide division, correct?
Where's Missile? Yeah, what he's the other way around, detective. Oh, sorry. Sorry, sirs. Pals. Sir pals. Pers. Sals. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday. Sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake. Why can't they allow Missile into the courthouse?
Because he's not a support therapy dog.
Yeah, but he's a police. Well, he's in training.
Yep.
But petting him would make Gumshoe feel better. Sometimes the law sucks, Nick.
Tell me about it.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, it's okay, bud. We'll protect your future wife. Exactly. Would you outline for the court the basic facts of this case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. And the court accepts this into evidence. Glenn's autopsy report added to the court record. He died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. You are so excited for 4 when the shit gets more detailed, aren't you?
Yes!
And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. And the waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Trivia and floor plans added to the court record. Blueprints of the crime scene. X equals the victim's seat. Sorry, boy.
Also, I mean, the autopsy reports in this game are already getting better. It's not like the first game where it's like, he got an ouchie and died.
The first game did not say he got an ouchie and died.
It might as well have.
It did not say he stubbed his toesy-woesy and fell over dead.
Well, no, not many people can fall over dead from stubbing their toe. Duh.
And yet you would challenge that norm.
I'm not most people.
He got a boo-boo and he only cried for 12 seconds. Thank you, chat. was just suddenly reminded of, like, your favorite fucking picture of, college-age Nick. Where it's like, my tummy hurts, but I'm being very brave.
That's just me when I'm sick, okay?
I know, but that's what that also reminded me of.
That just speaks to me on a spiritual level.
Yeah, that is you when you get sick.
I am such a little bitch when I get sick.
Katie's like, I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about that. And she gets sick, and she's like, smother me in blankets and come take care of me, please. It's adorable. I just lie there under the blankets like, let me die. Just let it end. Okay. Sorry, I was double checking the floor plans because we have to I have to get in the habit of double checking fucking everything. Oh man.
Woohoo!
High fives for the Snuggly When Sick crew. Yeah. You two can snuggle. It seems like Fish and I tend to vibe. You two tend to vibe, and then Fish and I tend to vibe. Oh. Oh. Come, detective. Take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir, as long as it doesn't involve any coffin nailing. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of a motive. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes.
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you, it wasn't me.
Well, if you start, the badger might have to come out.
Please, no.
Okay, I'm just going to keep checking, Mr. Wright.
It wasn't me.
I'm going to keep checking. I have to be sure.
Oh.
This might be another
boy.
phony. This might be another phony.
Oh, boy.
That's why the pink one is there.
Oh. Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying.
Please, pal.
Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said. And Oh. What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction?
Hey!
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. The 2 testimonies line up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press this point a little harder or not? Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him.
It's weird, but the back of the dialogue box looks like denim. I'm not going to be able to unsee that, Kazi. Jesus Christ.
Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way.
That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, right? I have here in my possession a ticket.
A ticket. Looks more like a photo to me.
Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. This is a... Chat. I've got a golden ticket. Got a golden twinkle in my eye. I can't not fall into Cartman when doing that. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime... How, Mr. Wright, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Crime photo added to record. Dead man added to court record.
Not yet, he isn't.
Oh, shit. not dead man.
He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece.
What should I do? Should I press this point a little harder or not? And what was the victim what is it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? How should I know?
Thanks a lot. Now we're one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, would you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used?
So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else.
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been anything on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Wright?
I don't know, maybe. Oh shit, that might get a coffee cup thrown at my head.
Don't get sassy with me. So the victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
Ugh.
It seems that the poison could have only been in the coffee. Yes,
Should I do? Hey Maya, do you ever get the sense of deja vu?
Usually all the time, but I'm not psychic. I can't read your mind. You just look pensive. Like you're thinking about if you could call a bearded dragon as a witness.
Could I wonder.
Nick, focus. Nick.
Yes, not worrying about that this trial.
Unless there's a bearded dragon. Wait, my brother's wife put salt in her coffee once? Ah!
Probably by accident, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would hope by accident. Given once, yeah.
Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to the file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup.
No, she did it to get rid of the bitterness of the coffee? Oh my god.
I mean, typically sugar would work better, but I could see salt working too. Then again, I don't drink coffee, so I can't really give a verdict on that.
That sounds like my imminent death waiting to happen, because coffee hurts my tummy and I have to watch my sodium intake. She also puts cream in her Sprite? Ah! No!
like a cooler type of thing.
No. Then again, I don't like flavored sodas. Except for, like, a handful. Like, and by that I mean, like, maybe 2 or 3. I would name the brand, but it would give away where we live if somebody Googled it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking. Oh. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. Oh, for me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again?
Gumshoe, careful with your salary.
Ow! This.
Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns this time?
Okay, well, thank God. After last time, I started bringing towels to court. Okay, coffee cup off the head. Okay, towel on. Just dab you dry there, Nick.
Thank you, Maya.
Uh-huh. How you doing, bud?
Wishing I could go back to bed.
Oh, well, you've got a defendant to get not guilty, so, yeah, you're gonna be smelling like I don't even know what's in this coffee for the rest of the day.
Smells like Arabica beans.
How is the cup sticking to his head? How hard did he throw it? He's a hornicorn. It's what my former boss's, like, niece or something, or granddaughter or something calls unicorns. Hornicorns. Nick's a hornicorn! Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this.
Holy shit!
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. How can anyone shotgun coffee like that?
I don't know. I'm not questioning it.
I feel like I need to be shotgunning something else. The coffee contained potassium cyanide covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints. On further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
Potassium cyanide. I've heard of the chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
It's, well, that stuff's lethal. Ate too much in your history. How much is too much? Asking for a friend quite literally. A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that? You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much.
Earwax, huh? Sounds like that's something that Gumshoe's got an abundance of.
Nick, are you thinking about Gumshoe's earwax?
No.
Okay, because that's weird.
I'm thinking about snarky remarks.
Uh-huh. Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. I'm getting a very odd sense of deja vu.
You too?
Well, yes, it deals with the poisoning.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that one, Your Honor. Some kind of motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, detective. Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive?
Come on, Gumshoe.
She was... They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press this point a little harder or not? Wait a minute. The mere fact that a lottery ticket disappeared is no way implicates my client.
I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What?
Order! Order! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately!
I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering.
I could have enough to summon a third badger.
Please, Your Honor, no.
There are more than you know, Mr. Wright.
I believe you.
A winning ticket for $500,000 found during a body search of Maggie. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now, somehow. $500,000, you say? I could make an army of badgers.
Please, no, Your Honor. If that happens, I think I'm just gonna need a long vacation.
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor.
It was on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence.
He's got more evidence against Maggie?
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. We're very impressed by your motor, sir. I heard that through my soundproof headphones. I don't know if my microphone picked that up or not.
Nope.
Oh, well, as Kazi would say, I'm sorry about your small penis. Because it was loud. Big old motorcycle going like 70 miles an hour from my house.
That stain looks like it can't be blood, can it?
It seems that the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that my eye caught.
Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course. I'm referring to the pocket.
The pocket?
Is he just being cryptic again?
I don't know.
A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket.
Bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket?
Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What?
Order! 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 The court will accept these items into evidence. Worn by Maggie at the time of the incident, has a small pocket but big stains. Potassium cyanide.
Hang on a second.
Okay. A deadly powdery poison bears Maggie's fingerprints found in her apron pocket. There's something that's still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain.
You don't need to be told. Just look at it.
Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup.
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking some on their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Ugh. I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case.
Oh?
The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They've all been clearly established. Well, Wright, it seems you really are a phony after all.
You know how...
Go ahead.
Ugh, you really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. I nearly said that in Detective Gumshoe's voice. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin.
Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe?
There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened.
Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man.
The officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them. And seeds. Seeds. Huh. It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth.
I guess not even the mighty Gato can avoid being attacked by that guy.
The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at the time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too.
Hey, pal! Nick!
To prove that nothing was, like, taken wrong.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, what is what?
Uh-huh.
Where did your... Oh my god! Oh my god, both of you!
Pal! Nuh-uh!
Oh!
I'm gonna
Both
lock
of
you.
you.
I'm gonna lock you up.
Shame on both of you!
Hey, shame on me! Shame on you, pal!
I'm talking about planted evidence!
Uh-huh. Whew, Nick.
Shame on both of you.
Big ol' yikes.
Big ol' yikes from you!
No, big ol' yikes from you, buddy. It's written all over your face. Whew.
I like how everyone's attacking Nick and he literally was just like planted evidence.
No. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful.
Oh my god, you're a professional Detective Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher.
Your line with Nick. Your line delivery with Nick was so good. Holy shit. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oops, I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? Redder than a tomato, yeah. I was about to be like, why the fuck are we missing health? And then I remember the Psyche Lock stuff carried over.
He didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then?
No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents.
Oh, hey, that's you before a case.
Maya.
Yeah, Nick?
Stop.
Love you. Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of an outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge?
I think I'm onto something here. Wait a sec.
Huh? Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, How are you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Oh, that.
So let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulder and puppy eyes thing going.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenn L. visited his doctor before he went to Trebian. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask him to hear more?
Ask about the prescription bag.
So, what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty?
Victim's prescription bag added to the court record. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Trebian. The bag is empty. Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate. Are you, Troy?
Hmm?
Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? I nearly read my line again. Right? I read that as Gumshoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. Objection! Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
How does that happen?
Sorry. So, Trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence?
Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
So the $500,000 lottery ticket and bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
And they're just gonna let him get away with that?
Nah, we're working on it afterwards, pal.
Oh.
It was just $1, detective. I guess no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe.
If I don't find a hole in his testimony, the judge is gonna hand down his verdict.
Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something.
Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is they were so dumb they missed something obvious.
Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been. I can't remember if we have to pursue the other question.
No, we present.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that seems like a red herring. It's too out there. Ow! Because that doesn't have to do anything with anything. Ow! Sorry, I'm like unfolding my legs. Okay, so... Yeah, there was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Yes, there was. The bag is empty.
Yeah.
Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will ya?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene.
Yeah?
However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medication from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribien. Where then did the medication disappear to?
You are too cool, pal!
Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in previous trial. A witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh?
The victim was killed by poison. And the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself.
Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
That's all.
What?
Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
What's the clinic name got to do with anything? New Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological Clinic? What?
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Also, goddamn, Katie, I could never pronounce that on my first go. It's very impressive.
It's an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
You're very good at medical stuff.
Thanks, I try.
You succeed. Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. Ow.
He ruptured his eardrum?
Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report, if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribien. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe he would have eaten his medication.
Ugh.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No.
Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over.
She's right. But I can't get away with an old, weak objection. What should I do?
Push the issue.
Push it. Push it real good.
Only moments ago, Mr. Gatto made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
It doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, but it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
It hardly seems like the coffee that the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot?
I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo? Pigeon hater.
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Oh, yay! Good job, Nick.
Thanks.
He really doesn't seem okay. The prosecutor.
No, he doesn't.
Really not okay. I think you're enjoying that, though.
A little bit.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we'll hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
I've already had 11 cups?
I wasted 1 on you. Court is adjourned for recess. Mr. Wright, please redo your hair.
I'm going to, Your Honor.
Oh, that was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
Yeah, you're not burning like last time, though.
Thank God.
That's my line, sir.
No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit.
Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that?
Wait, oh no. Oh no. Nick, this is bad.
Oh no. I don't know if there's anything we can do.
It's you and it's you and Mr. Edgeworth. Huh?
He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's gotta do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. Had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Oh, poor Gumshoe.
So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds.
I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know?
Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Told me to go slide on the kid slide. Jerk. Are you sure you're gonna be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds.
Are you sure? Those are a lot of seeds.
I gotta.
Oh, poor Gumshoe, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like you 2017 all over again.
Maya, can we just drop that? We're in court.
But I mean, the parallels are there.
Maya, they're really not.
Yeah, they are. They actually kind of are. Nick was depending on Edgeworth, and Edgeworth he felt like Edgeworth betrayed him. And Miles did a bad job at communicating. Because Miles is a potato. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Byrne. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Oh boy, time for me to go wildly over the place. Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
The name's Victor Kudo. Born and raised... Fuck.
Alright, let me just reset myself.
The name's Victor Kudo. Born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? Ha! Listen, youngin', how much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do! Or did, back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed!
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much of a demand for that kind of a thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino.
Seeds.
What do you think these are, hmm?
I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps.
Did I? Oh yes I did, I saw it all!
Then please, tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure, I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this.
Yeah, we didn't even need to bait him with a girl or anything this time. That wasn't a shot at you, that was just in general. I forgave you for that.
Thanks. I mean, Maggie is sitting over there in the witness chair, or the defendant chair, so...
Yeah, but he's not, like, boring holes into her.
Thank God.
Agreed.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it and looked like he was in a terrible pain and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Okay, now he's staring at her. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress, for God's sake. We're in 2019.
Ka! You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, hmm?
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me.
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Okay, Boomer. Mr. Wright, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did the judge just call the witness a boomer?
He did, and it was kind of fantastic.
A boomer-to-boomer face-off? Old man fight?
I think the judge would win on just principle alone.
Why aren't cameras allowed in the courtroom?
I mean, they are. This just isn't being recorded.
The girls are fighting. Ow, my ankle. I need to stop hurting myself. I'm sitting in ways that are hurting me.
So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elk?
I wanted to know if Guts and Brawn retained his championship or not.
Oh, he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question. There are partitions between the tables on the same side of the restaurant, right?
So what if there are?
If you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct?
Ha! I'd go to that place to drink Javachino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at.
You mean you go there only to eye the waitress? Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
I see.
My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving.
I bet his eyes are only fine when he's scoping out waitress.
And I saw what the serving girl put into the Javachino as well.
I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not going to like it. Your Honor. We need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Did she really put that into the coffee?
You doubt me, boy? She took out a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in.
Could she have been adding sugar?
Sugar in a small brown bottle like that? Like that? A witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
A bottle like this, perhaps.
Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume?
So, what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you?
Ugh. He took just one sip.
You young'uns, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8! In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died.
Congratulations, you have earned the title of the battiest man to grace a courtroom.
That's calling the horse before the race, Nick. Isn't that the phrase?
No.
No?
No.
I thought it was.
A horse before the carriage.
Oh, I thought there was something about horses and races. Oh well. Yeah, definitely putting the horse before the carriage. Shit, what was I gonna say about Kudo? I don't remember, it's gone now. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Javachino I just drank turn sour in my stomach.
Oh, yes. I know that feeling.
And the waitress, I presume she is...
You said, I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features. It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Nick.
You can see all the way up to her. You know! She's practically naked in that uniform!
Chad. I love you. Thank you so much. You can talk about whether or not a horse exists because it's aware of its own existence, but that would be putting the Descartes before the horse. He's one of my favorite philosophers. Thank you. Oh shit.
So, the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could just wear that uniform. Even me.
The line that spawned so much fan art.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court any further mental anguish from that image.
Maya's now crouched behind the witness stand. Or not the witness stand, the defense's bench.
Nick is just kind of shoulders are slumped a little bit.
Oh, Maya's crouched down and she has her phone out. Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. Edgeworth somewhere, you call that mental anguish? She was texting Edgeworth. She was texting him. Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away.
You probably also have super hairy legs for that uniform.
Make fun of my hairy legs.
I'm not making fun of your hairy legs. I'm just saying most dudes have hairy legs. I think. I don't know. I'm from Karine. I haven't seen a lot of dudes.
We'll talk later, Maya.
He actually secretly shaves his legs. Nick does a an animation meant for Godot where he slams his leg on the bench and he's like, actually, and just pulls his slacks legs up to reveal like perfectly shaved legs. Smooth. Yeah, that's exactly what I was referring to, chat. I just wasn't going to name it. Yep.
Ha! There are other things I recognize about her, too.
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether the waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask that you add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose. Hold it!
You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face.
Ha! As if I would remember that.
Objection!
The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight.
There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well.
Actually, I'm just curious. That's orange. Right? Wouldn't you technically count that as orange? Or do you think the game is going to count that as red?
That's red.
Okay. I'm trusting you more than I'm trusting my own brain.
should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow.
I forget what we asked about.
About her,
About her back.
I believe.
Yeah.
The identifying features you described were all what you would see from the back.
So what?
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
He's got you there, Gramps.
People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add any details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, due to your testimony.
Sure, sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it's gonna be even longer, I bet.
I miss Miss Oldbag. No?
Nah.
There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Hold it!
You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the waitress's face, yes?
No question about it. I didn't come this far to break down now. Victor Kudo never backs down.
That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay.
This has turned into a matter of pride for old Seedy now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not.
Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Since this old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front.
Do you think old Seedy really saw Maggie do it?
Well, he probably had his eyes on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there.
But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress.
I guess. She makes a good point, though.
Hey, did I just say something clever?
I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw was really Maggie.
That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Well, he goes there for the outfits, right?
The outfits on the waitresses, yes.
Well, yeah, but he goes there for the outfits. On the waitresses.
Yeah.
And... Hang on. Let me see the evidence. Well, hang on. Let's look over his testimony. It needs to be the front, so it's one of his last statements. Yeah, it's the last statement, I think. And then... the apron. He would have noticed that. Everybody noticed that. We all thought that was blood. Right?
Yeah.
So are you gonna object or not?
I mean, yeah, we'll show it to him.
Maya's like, where's the objection?
Mr. Kudo, would you please take a look at this?
Ha! That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot. Ow, the seeds. Oh. What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front.
Oops. Now, witness! You can't just oops your way out of this. Huh.
Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, trite. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird.
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. I wouldn't go to any joint he worked at.
Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Giovacchino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are we gonna handle this, Nick?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
I suppose, but it's what I do best. Triple bold people.
Phoenix Wright.
Old lady tripper.
Yeah, old... Boomer tripper. Boomer tipper! Hey Nick, what are you doing? I'm going boomer tipping. Oh, instead of helping little ladies across the street,
He pushes them over.
he pushes them over.
Nick is not that mean, but it's a funny image.
Just choked.
It's like verbal cow tipping.
That was the joke I was trying to go for, but I think it fell very flat. Flap. It's like verbal cow tipping. Have you ever tipped a cow in your actual life? Have you, Nick?
I plead the fifth.
Oh my god, you have. Because we think Nick is a Midwestern boy. Oh. Okay, Victor is shredding my voice because his is all over the place on purpose. But, I need to be right back, so hang on a sec.
Spectacles.
Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well.
did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses.
He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. Ah, we better come up with something sharp and quick.
Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. The newspaper was a sports paper, wasn't it?
That young hooligan? I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all the rustling going on? I needed to find out if Guts and Brawn retained his championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted one so bad, why don't you go buy your own?
What are you looking at me like that for, How dare you judge me?
Ow! Ow!
Told you they hurt. Guts and Brawn got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway...
The wireless.
The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
And using an earpiece. It's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? And read the paper? Old bastard. Ow!
I
Ow!
was laughing too hard to read that line. Some boomer shit.
You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, isn't that right?
Maybe.
Definitely.
Maya.
I'm the same.
Ow! Ow! I better not push until I got some hard evidence.
You okay, Nick?
That one hit me right between the eyes.
Yeah. Oh. There's regular sheets, are not that bad.
Thank you, Maya.
She just picked one off of his
Continue.
face and ate one.
Continue to eat the seeds that are thrown by the man whose hands we don't know where they've been.
Ugh.
You're welcome.
I put a towel on your head after you got coffee thrown at you.
Yeah, you did.
Nick and Maya and their chaotic sibling energy. Jesus Christ.
His free hand.
Yes.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand was it, you moron?
Ow! Ow!
Perhaps the great Mr. Trite has 3 hands.
Yeesh, I was only asking. You don't need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss.
I was about to be like, look at chat.
I mean, he does. He do.
Oh, man. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh?
Anything will do. Even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake, and he's ours.
Alright, I think I know what the... Okay, shut up, Victor. I think I know what the point of contention is, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Would you like me to
No, hang
say yes
on.
or no?
It's the coffee cup. because he had to have grabbed it with his right hand. So he couldn't have been rustling the newspaper with it. I remember all of this. It's the other way around. He had the earpiece over the wrong ear. I remember this. So it's the coffee cup. Because of the way of the lip mark. I'm pointing at the screen like you can actually see.
Now you gotta do it on the right statement.
Yeah.
Thank you for the warning. We're going a little later today.
Yes. Because tomorrow's a holiday.
And no one has to work.
Yep.
Or at least no one out of this duo.
Yes. It's newspaper in his right hand? Or the free...
I mean, it would be more applicable on this one since he's talking about picking up the cup.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, Maya. Ever get the sense of deja vu?
Yeah, all the time. God, it's the last fucking thing, too. Okay, present, not press. Yeah, it's the cup. I nearly hit profiles. There we go.
Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing your credibility or testing the credibility of your memory.
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing! If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Wright?
The direction of please cover your ears, the song is probably going to be awful. According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper with his right hand, while drinking his coffee with his free hand, which would make it his left.
Ka! What is this, kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup that the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim you'll notice a mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where the stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance.
Didn't you say it was gonna suck?
Yeah, it is, but it's gonna be funny if I tell him it's epic. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Ah!
Cover your ears, Maya.
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from. Wait! You think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? You're wrong! I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw! You still insist on your testimony. That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's the dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo are at fault.
Oh, me? Did you just call me a ya?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Oh, old man fight, please, please, please.
Don't call me old man. Been around for 68 years I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure. Why not hear a little more?
Mr. Godot?
But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Is he vibrating, Nick?
I think so.
Oh, jeez. How many of those Javachinos do you think he's had?
Today, I think he's going through withdrawals.
Oh, okay.
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
I wonder if it was like half a Google lens.
It looks like a power scouter from Dragon Ball Z, Nick.
You can modify them to look whatever you want, however you want, Maya.
Nerd. Not you, him. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called a
Google Lens.
HMD. Shut up, trite. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. Did you like how Nick just like, I was right! Kado's like, shut the fuck up. Aw, Hanakoma! Hanakoma, best character.
HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth!
No, I'm telling about 4K.
I was actually about to make that comment, so...
Shit.
It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts in good old black and white.
Oh, the Magatama's not going off?
I
know you,
Maya.
I know you don't really pay attention to it, but like it's not going off or anything.
No, he seems like he is certain in his insanity.
Okay. He believes in the 5G conspiracy. Holy shit.
So the victim was wearing an HMD.
HDTV, CD, DVD, what does it matter?
It was none of those them actually, but anyway, you missed Blu-ray in 4K.
Blah blah, fire is scary and Thomas Edison was a witch. What is that from? Oh my god, what is that from? Oh my god, that's like tickling my brain. Hang on. No, we're stopping this. Hang on. Was it Red versus Blue? I feel like it's Red versus Blue. Oh no, it might be zero punctuation. Yeah, you're right. Google tells me nothing. Because, like, now everyone's requoted it. Let me just... Nope. It's like, for me, it's either, like, Red versus Blue or, zero punctuation. One of the two. It's, like, tickling that.
And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No question, I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
Oh, and the origin?
Yeah.
It was a, it was like a whole thing where they compiled a bunch of like the most used words regarding one category, and it came up with the sentence of Herder, technology is bad, fire is scary, and Thomas Edison was a witch.
Really? Okay, so it didn't come from either of those. One of
No,
them
it was just kind of
quoted
like, it was just kind it was zero punctuation quoted it.
Okay. Okay, so it was just the internet.
Yeah.
That came up with it. That's awesome. Katie's Google foo is like unrivaled. It's crazy. Like, you get her vaguely interested in one thing she can Google and she is on it.
Yeah, it's hashtag this generation, and yeah, it's from a while ago.
Oh yeah, because that's
Yes.
that's been in my consciousness forever.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty obvious from if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, he'd only have to view from the side of the from the side of the victim's head. It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenn Elk.
He was getting on my nerves. Rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying from one sip of Javachino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked.
Sir, could you please die quieter?
Pretty much, like, Jesus Christ.
So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. The earpiece you mentioned. Which hand was the victim, did the victim touch it with?
You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says, on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left! Well, aren't you?
No, I didn't mean.
Oh my god, Nick, I thought he was gonna have a heart attack.
Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in!
Ow! 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 So he had the HMD on his left side. And it was his left hand, I guess. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo.
That's because I know what I saw no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
It looks like you really did see the guy picking up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end.
Well, Nick, what do you think?
I think this guy is telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right.
Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks.
But he's not lying. There wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right?
In a dungeon, 90% of people will go right. I've always learned that, like, in dungeons and labyrinths, you keep your hand on the left wall. Let's see.
Dungeons, I always just go straight until I'm made with a choice, and then I flip a coin. And then if I'm going the right way, I double back to see what was down the other end.
Yeah, same. If I accidentally plot, which I do about 90% of the time, I backtrack and I'm like, okay, what goodies did I miss? Okay, let's see.
I think we could present on any of these testimonies.
Or any of these, okay.
Or on any of these statements.
But what do we present?
Well, he couldn't have it in his left side because of the medication. So, I mean, if we show his medication bag, it'll trigger the thing to be like, hey, he couldn't. His left ear drum was blown out.
Oh, yeah, this is when it gets tricky and you have to start... Okay, yeah, this is the game. I'm suddenly remembering. As much as I love Trials and Tribulations, you have to really remember everything that's told about the piece of evidence with it. Because in the previous games, I remember they would tell you the crucial bits of information. And in later games, they tell you that as well. But in this one, they're like, you better fucking remember everything that was said about this game, about this. It's like, shit. So that can lead to a lot of incorrect evidence presenting.
And I'm good at remembering stupid shit.
Meanwhile, I'm very forgetful. There you go. Jesus Christ, Katie.
I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observation of the victim.
I did remember he was wearing it in the wrong ear, or supposedly.
Yeah.
What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece in the same side as his HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
I don't think so. You're no doubt unaware of the facts, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear out of his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing the earpiece in his left ear. Because he couldn't even hear out of that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Order, order, order!
This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And then he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece and when he knew his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Gatto...
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank the Javachino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw.
Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died instantly after taking just one sip of his coffee.
Objection!
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee. Like this.
Sadly, Mr. Gatto, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless.
I believe it's time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old bogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I have more power than you could ever imagine.
He does.
He does what, Nick?
Did you not hear the judge say that?
Say what?
Oh my god, is this part of the bargain too?
It reaches farther than you think, Mr. Wright.
Oh my god.
Nick, you okay?
I don't think I've been okay since I made a bargain with the judge 2 years ago.
You made a bargain with the judge?
I did.
Like, under the table kind of deals?
No, not like that. It's hard to explain. I'll tell you later.
Mr. Wright.
I'll tell you later.
No one must know. There will be another badger as retribution.
I will tell you something later. I don't know what I'll tell you.
Another badger has now been created, Mr. Wright.
God, I'm a monster. I think I killed Danny.
Yeah, you did. Because you sounded like you were trying not to laugh. Oh, God. I can't look at Audrey right now. Oh, my God. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I think he said it wrong. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know. What?
There's more.
To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance! I want another crack at you, you young shark!
Me? Looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man! That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet! Much, much quicker! I can't believe this is happening. You better get ready, youngster!
I get the picture. Just quit throwing the seeds at me, would you? He's gotta be using more of or some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turned things upside down, hmm? Is that all? Yeah, I was thinking about the Konami code too. Thank you, Kazi. Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You doubting me again? You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man? No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get there's the feeling that there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain, that's all you can think of. Very well. Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
The court generally prefers if the witness are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo.
Noisy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. You won't beat me with this testimony. This is the final battle.
Ow! Ow! He's chucking those seeds harder than ever. I better be careful.
Come on, Nick. Nail him.
The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo.
I know that! I was just setting the mood. How else am I supposed to build up the suspense, hmm?
The suspense.
Yes, what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more? No, please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible. Alright, now where was I? Ah, yes, the young boy slumped over the table, and...
A vase, you say?
Yes, there are vases on all the tables in that place. There are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over.
Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them, too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase.
Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define...
Okay, I get it.
I heard a break! And the sight of it is burned into my memory as clear as day.
Soaked in water, you mean?
Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well.
You said you were sitting at the table across from the victim, correct? And yet, the water still managed to splash onto you?
It was cold. I clearly remember it splashing me.
Did the water really make it all the way across to the other side of the room? You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking?
The vase turned upside down, and my testimony's turning this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain?
I'm impressed by your ability to waste time.
Gato hasn't raised any objections for a while now.
So, you young show-off, with that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the gauntlet! If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat.
He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya.
It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, youngin'.
I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge, then.
Okay, but what the fuck? I actually do not remember what to do here. He knocked the vase over.
The vase wasn't knocked over, though, and nor is there, like, any stains on the table. So, I think we should show the crime scene photo on, like, 3 when he says he knocked the vase over.
Right here?
Yeah.
Floor plans, crime photo. But there is a stain. Oh, that's the coffee, though.
Yeah, the vase
Not
is
the
upright.
Yeah, that's right.
So...
What is that?
What is that?
God, I completely forgot about that.
Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there. Intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch!
Ow! Ow!
Enough. If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. Ah! What is it now? I just remembered something.
Yes. Go on.
The broken vase. It was on my table.
What?
Ah, well, you see. startled me when that young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Your Honor, I move to strike this witness testimony from the court.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Ah! Wait a minute! If that's the case, then there's more. I've got more to say! Oh, yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort this witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me! Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup, and the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand. And the earpiece, which was inserted into the left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Wow, Nick. You did it. I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use.
Oh.
So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Godot's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor.
Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
Oh no.
That is all. This court is adjourned. So that's the second witness we've actually seen the judge get mad at.
Yeah.
He was, like, sternly angry at Mo. He was, like, furious with Mo.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, he was.
But he's more like a disappointed father with Victor Kudo. He's just more like... He's not mad, he's just disappointed.
It's more like he doesn't even want him to see him. It's not even, like, the same type of anger he had with Mo. It's just, I don't even want to see you in my face. I want my mom, not you. Go downstairs.
From that one comedian. Sweetie, what's wrong? I don't know you. I want my mommy, not you. Go downstairs. That shit's funny. Okay. Over right. We get to go back to the investigation next time, Katie.
Yay!
You know what that means.
I get to do voices.
You do. And I get to do the other scary orange Power Man. But it also means
French.
Yeah, it also means more butchering of the French language. A la me. Tell me about the lambs, Clarice. That's a very niche joke if you won't remember his drag queen name is Clarice. Katie's just having PTSD over there. You laugh, champ? Katie.
I want to die.
There you are. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, this went a half hour over, but I think that's a good place to stop, just because it's a... It's a good stopping point. This day of court was actually pretty short. The next the next investigation chunk is long.
Yeah.
Long. I think we'll be in this case for another week at least. Well, Tuesday I'm doing gabbing and gaming, so...
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry about the lack of stream the other day. I don't want to risk it when I'm on a desktop. No bueno. Don't want to lose the footage. Don't want to lose the progress. Don't want anything corrupted, you know, when it's storming outside. Don't want shitty internet connection. Just want to bring you guys the best quality that we can without risking, anything happening or, you know, the call suddenly being like, you know, like one of us sounding like a robot. So, thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding on that, because we are, while we love this case, we're fucking excited to get to the next two cases.
Yeah.
Fucking excited. There's a certain scene we're both, like, raring to go for. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys, as always. Vibrates in anticipation. We'll tell you what scene it is, because it's both the same scene for both of us. So, like, I was like, are you excited for this scene? And she was like, yes. And I was like, good, so am I. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. This has been Danny.
And Katie.
And you guys have a good one, and take it easy.